before we get into today's video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. You follow us on our TikTok, our Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube is just down there in the description button. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It really helps us out. And thank you guys and enjoy the video. We've got an interesting topic we want to talk about. Basically, as we've been starting off this journey, this podcast and stuff, we decided to make some Instagram reels and TikTok and shorts and stuff. And, we thought it'd be fun to post them. And it seems like we've been getting some interactions with some interesting people. And when I mean interesting people, I'm speaking of the Arsenal fan base. We've got a bit of a beef going on with Arsenal right now because they think that, we were on top of the table for 94% of the season, so that means we're all that. But newsflash, guys, you did not win the league, and you actually did not win any competition that you were in this year. So, Chris, let's go ahead and tell them what success means.
Yeah, I don't think many people really know what does success mean in football. To be successful, what does that mean? I think everyone's answer should be winning a trophy. That is the number one objective of being a football club. Being in a competition is to win that competition. You've reached your objective. So let's start out with that. This past season, Manchester United were in a bunch of competitions, but they won one of them, the League Cup. Doesn't matter what trophy it is. They were in a competition and they won it. Arsenal, in the same competitions as Manchester United, did not win a single one. They ended with 0 trophies. So, by simple logic, really, Manchester United with 1 trophy had a better season than Arsenal on 0 trophies. And if you want to even, I've seen comments about West Ham. West Ham also won a trophy. We've seen. So, okay, let's take a step down now. What's the next level of success other than trophies in the Premier League at least? Is playing European football, playing in the Champions League, top 4. It's not a trophy, but I think getting top 4 can be viewed as a success for a team because it gives them a lot of money to bring in new players and they're seen more around Europe because they're playing in Europe. So I think that is a success for teams. Manchester United finished 3rd. That means they will be playing Champions League football. West Ham won a trophy. So right now we're at Manchester United and West Ham, both on 1 trophy. But West Ham's trophy allows them to play in the Europa League next season, which is a tier below Champions League. So now, if we're comparing West Ham and Manchester United, West Ham, 1 trophy, Europa League, Manchester United, 1 trophy, Champions League. Who had the better season? Also, don't forget, let's go another tier down, what to bring success for a team, league finish. I know it doesn't really matter because you don't really win the league, but obviously 3rd is better than 14th. It's pretty obvious. So I think you can also define that as a level of success as well. So West Ham, while they have won a trophy and they're playing European football, they finished 14th, which is a poor league performance for any team, really. And for Manchester United, they finished 3rd, playing Champions League football next season, and a trophy. So I don't really get any of the debates that are saying that Manchester United did not have a better season than any team in the Premier League other than Manchester City.
And Chris, also, I just want to bring up a quick fact. Okay. So these Arsenal fans, one of their debates as to why even West Ham had a better season than us was that they won the Conference League, which is a European trophy, which that is true. I'll grant you that's true. But let me just search up real quick, which I already did. What year was the UEFA Conference League founded? Chris, can you take a guess at that? Can you take a stab at that?
Let me guess. 2020?
Close. 2021.
21.
It's literally only
even
been
worse.
around. It's been around for 2 years, Arsenal fans. 2 years. So this trophy, in my opinion, does not have any type of prestige. And also, Chris, can you take a guess at when the EFL Cup was founded?
Oh God, the Cup, 1930s, 1940s maybe.
A little early, but 1961.
61. Okay.
So this is an established trophy.
That's a ballpark guess.
That has been played for so long, and it even I think it actually replaced it in the
It's the
1960-61 season. It replaced the Southern Professional Floodlit Cup. So it was a cup before too. The Conference League is not replacing any cup. It's this new thing that Europe and UEFA made to try and add some more revenue. Which, newsflash for you guys, nobody watches the Conference League. Maybe a couple people watch the final because West Ham were in it, but nobody watches it. If you're telling me you watch the Conference League, buddy, get a job, okay? No one watches the Conference League. And the EFL Cup, there are teams like Manchester City in this trophy. Arsenal were in it, for crying out loud. Chelsea were in it. Liverpool, all these big teams. And bro, I was looking at the list of the Conference League teams. They're a bunch of scrubs. I'm sorry. They're like
all the
ninth,
Wi-Fi passwords.
They're like 9th, 10th place. I don't even know how to pronounce a lot of the teams in there. So if you're trying to tell me that winning a Conference League is better than the EFL Cup, buddy, you're crazy. I'm sorry. And on top of that, Chris, Arsenal fans, hey man, if they gave out a trophy for being 94th or being on the top of the table for 94% of the league, hey, congrats. But that's not a trophy. That's not a trophy. And I'd like to talk about the definition of bottling. Okay? And for me, the definition of bottling is pretty simple. It's Arsenal this year, okay? Because look, 94% of the season, you are on top of the table with sometimes a commanding lead. And look, I know some people were saying, oh, Manchester City, they're so great, blah, blah, this and that. Yes, they are probably the best team in the world. I hate to say it, but yes, they probably are. But look, you guys bottled the league off games against West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Southampton. You drew this team, Southampton, 20th in the league, right? They got relegated. Chris, I'm pretty sure they were relegated before they played Arsenal.
Way early.
Yeah, way early. And guess what happened in that match? They drew.
It's a draw.
They couldn't even beat 20th place, and you are on top of the table for 94% of the season playing some fantastic football. That is, if you don't think that's bottling, bro, I'm sorry, man. That's crazy to me.
Bottle.
That's huge bottle
Get
job.
bottled. Get bottled.
And personally, for me, I would rather get, okay, this might sound crazy, but I would rather get 4th, just cruising through the season, instead of having so much hope that you were going to win the league. So much. You know how many Arsenal fans were on Twitter and all these social media platforms, even ones in person, telling me, oh, like, it looks like it's our year, we're gonna win, ha ha ha. No, bro, you guys bottled it. It's so badly. That's embarrassing. That should not be praised as an achievement to bottle the league as badly as they did. And for me, I mean, they could challenge next year, we don't know, but these Arsenal fans are just deluded, man. And if you got a problem with that, you seriously must be allergic to trophies or something. And you must love bottling, because that was the biggest bottle job in Premier League history. So for me, there's no, not even like a comparison. Yes, you had a good season. You stepped up from last season and the season before because you guys got, what was it, 8th and 5th?
8th.
Under Mikel Arteta. And so, hey, yeah, you guys are playing much better football. Give you that. And congrats. You were challenging against City, but you guys don't get a trophy for that. I'm sorry. There's no trophy for second place in the Premier League. This is not the Olympics. Even in the Olympics, the Olympians don't want the silver medal. You know, when you walk up after the FA Cup and they give you out the second place trophies, no one wants that. They usually take it off their head because they don't want it. And I don't think you guys should be celebrating the fact that you guys got second. I mean, I don't even celebrate. I could have cared less if we got 4th or 3rd and Newcastle got 3rd and we got 4th instead. It is what it is. We both got top 4, both got Champions League. There literally is no difference from Arsenal getting 2nd and Man U getting 3rd when it comes to implications. It means that we both get Champions League. But we won a trophy, and you guys have nothing to show for this season. So for me, that's the end of the debate. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight, a lot of Arsenal fans are saying, how do you compete against this Manchester City super team that have went on an insane streak at the end of the season, winning a ton of matches in a row? How do you compete with them? How are you supposed to win the league against this super team? Let me show the final table standings. Man City ended on 89 points. Arsenal ended on 84 points. Arsenal, late in the season, Arsenal played against Man City. They lost 4-1. Let's say Arsenal had managed to win that game. and they've gone to 3 points instead of City. City would have ended on 86 points. Arsenal would have ended on 87 points, making Arsenal winning the league because of one game. One game. And that, with along with all the draws they had a bunch of draws. That's, for me, where their season kind of fell apart. But it's the textbook definition of a bottle job, because they had it in their hands. They set their objective, and okay, for the objectives, top four was our objective. For being on top of the league for 93% of the season, winning the league is your objective. There should be nothing less than that. Winning the league has to be your priority. Arteta knew that, the players knew that, and they bottled it. They failed to reach their one objective they had all season. They didn't go far in any other competitions they were in because they were solely focusing on winning the Premier League. And they failed to do that. So that makes their season a failure. In terms of the reasons I was stating before, trophies, playing Champions League football, which is, I would say, a success for them. They haven't had that in a couple years. In like 7 years, I don't think they played in the Champions League. So that is a good success for them. But in terms of trophies, no. In terms of, like, you can say,
that they played much better.
But
you don't get a trophy for playing much better.
Their performances were better. I think they can look forward to next season with high hopes. And I think this season, you can say it was a good season for the fans because they were playing enjoyable, good football to watch, and there were really good vibes around all their players. They were like happy to be a part of it. But in the end, they did fail to win their objective. I think they can look forward with high hopes for next season with their heads up. I don't think they should be looking down, but I just think they shouldn't be saying that they had a better season than Manchester United because we were successful in one of our objectives while they were not successful on their one objective, which was to win the league.
Yeah.
End of story.
And not to mention, too, last point from me. If you look at the way Arsenal approached the season, expectations change throughout the season. When you start the season, yes, maybe Arsenal were only projected to fight for top four. Same with Manchester United. A lot of pundits did not have either Manchester United or Arsenal making the top four. So good for both of us to make the top four, right? But as the season goes on, expectations change, and Arsenal had the league for 94% of the season. So when you're on the top of the table for that long, the expectation and goal is now win the league. You have such a good opportunity to win the league. You have some very favorable fixtures coming up. Southampton, West Ham. You got to win the league. And the way they played against Liverpool, I think they were up at halftime, and then they bottled the lead, in the second half against Liverpool. You got to win those games. Come on, like, if you were saying to me still at the end of the season, oh, well, our ambition at the start of the season was to make top four, that's just like, your mentality is just so poor. And I know Manchester United fans have dropped our mentality because we've just had to deal with so much BS lately. But look, once you're on top of the table for 94% of the season, which is more than any other team has ever done without winning the league, like I've said before, your expectation is now win the league. And you can also tell it was the expectation of the team because you could tell they weren't trying as hard in the other competitions. They went out really early in the Carabao Cup. I don't remember when they went on the FA Cup, but I felt like it was pretty early too. And then
Man City.
Yeah,
I believe. And
then the Europa League, they bailed out of the round of 32, was it, or round of 16? I don't even remember. But they lost to Sporting Lisbon, who they should definitely be beating. Sporting are not better than Arsenal, and they lost that match right at the end. And so you could tell they weren't trying as hard in those competitions. So not only were they failing them, but they weren't even really trying. And then in the Premier League, they're putting all of their marbles, everything towards the Premier League, right? And as I was saying, expectations change. And when you have this much confidence and you've been doing so well for so long, it's like, dude, we got to win this now. We got to win this. And they didn't go and win it. So for me, Arsenal fans, let's think logically here for a second, guys. Come on. Manchester United, we won a competition. Not only did we win a competition, we were trying our freaking balls out in every single competition. Ten Hag, with the squad that we have, he was starting some of the players like Varane and Lisandro Martinez that shouldn't be starting every match, and they should be starting the matches in the league, right? But they shouldn't be starting against, a championship side or even a League Two or League One side in the EFL Cup. If we're playing those matches, why are we starting them? It's because Ten Hag has the ambition to win everything he can possibly win. And I get maybe you could say, oh, well, Mikel Arteta, he wanted to win the league, and so that's why I put all his marbles in there. But a good manager knows, and I think he is a good manager, that you should be trying for every competition. And Ten Hag, maybe he was a little too ambitious by trying for every competition, and we could have done better in the league if we had maybe put more effort into the league instead of the EFL Cup and things like that. But at the end of the day, like, we won a trophy, and you didn't. And we both made top four, and you didn't win the league. So although you had a good season, and I think we had a good season too, you can't say it's better than ours. Maybe it's marginal, but come on. You guys don't want to win trophies? Or is that what you're telling me? That's beyond me.